Okay, I gotta stop screwing around and actually make some videos. Let's get on to today's news today. Hello everyone, this is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and as you can see, I have the beanie again. I have the beanie. Thank you for all the comments from people who said you missed the beanie, you wanted it back. The beanie's back. I will try not to forget it when I go on vacation next time, even though I probably should be, using vacation to relax rather than working on videos. But hey, you know what? Such is the life I chose. The news waits for no one. And yesterday, or maybe it's today, I don't know when you're going to see this, to be honest, because I don't know what's going to go up. You may have read that Uber has signed off with the SEC what kind of business it wants to be. Now, I have linked to an article from MarketWatch below, and you can read the whole thing. It's pretty long and it's pretty detailed, but to summarize it, basically, Uber has announced how they're going to make money. And how they're making money is not through the riders, it's from the drivers. Under the business plan that they have submitted, and this is the first step towards going public with an IPO, so they're very serious about going public. Basically, Uber has classified the drivers as the customers, not the riders. Now, this sounds nefarious to some people. It sounded a little nefarious to me at first, but I took some advice recently. I read the article and I sat on it for 5 hours, but then I reread it again. And I pretty much figured out what they were going for, and I'm still not happy with it, but for different reasons than I originally thought. Basically, what Uber is saying is true, and in some ways it makes a lot of sense. They consider themselves the agent. They don't consider the riders the buyers or the customers. The riders are paying us, and we are paying Uber a fee. So from their perspective, that is what they are doing. They are the agent, we are the customers, the riders are our customers, our personal customers, the driver's customers, and we, the drivers, are Uber's customers. Now, some of you are probably going to get a little upset at that, and you know what? There's still a reason to be upset about that, but let's first of all say why this makes sense, because it's not the first time this has happened. We are independent contractors, so we're not employees. Likewise, this isn't the first kind of, model we've had. eBay, the buyers the sellers pay the fees for the website. Etsy, the sellers pay the fees. Bonanza, Lyft, Postmates. Here's the thing. In all these circumstances, you have people who are trying to make money, and they are dealing with people. And from the company's perspective, the people are our customers, and we're using their platform. And this has been going on for a long time. So this makes perfect sense. I actually kind of applaud them. It's a genius move that we, the drivers, are the customers of Uber. That makes perfect sense in an IPO. But what about this do I not like? Well, what I don't like about this is like the same things that I don't like about any of these other sites that use this business model. Like, for example, on eBay, you hear people all the time complain about rising fees. And it's interesting because eBay will kneel to buyers. If you buy something on eBay, you might have noticed you're not paying an eBay fee or anything. The person who's selling the item, everyone's paying the fee. And yet the seller doesn't get a whole lot of respect from eBay. For that matter, neither does Uber. Here's the thing. Okay, we're the customers. I accept that. What I don't accept is, as the customers, then why are we using their service? If we feel like we are being mistreated properly, don't we as customers have the right to not use their service? For that matter, if we are the customers and we've agreed to this fee percentage, then why is upfront pricing still taking away money that we should be having? After all, under Uber's thinking, the customer is paying us, not Uber. We're paying Uber a fee. We have agreed as customers of Uber to pay 25%. For some, it's 28. For some, it's 20. No, I'm kidding. No one's 20 anymore. And since we as customers who have agreed to pay that 25%, do we not have the right to sue for stealing if Uber is taking more than 25%? It's just a thought. I don't know about the legal ramifications. But here's where I'm at with this whole thing. Uber is definitely within the right to treat the drivers as the customers, and it makes perfect sense. It keeps us independent contractors, and it shows that this is where we're making the money, not the riders. At the same time, if you don't keep your customers happy, they stop using your service. And now that they have actually said this is what they're going to do, this is what the business model is, they've kind of revealed it to the whole world. Now it's time for other ride-sharing apps to come in, do the same business model, same strategy, and hey, you know what? Anyone can take over. Lyft could take over. Will it happen? Not anytime soon. But Uber's playing a very dangerous game if we're going to be the customers, and yet they go out of their way to not make the customers happy. If you are in business, your number one rule is to keep the customer happy. And right now, the customers are officially not happy. And in fact, now it's an even weaker excuse, because if ever the customer goes up to Uber and says, hey, I am not happy with the service, and Uber says, well, riders like this, the response is, nah, you don't get to use that excuse. You don't get to use that excuse because the riders aren't your customers. I am your customer. I'm your customer, and I'm not happy with your service. I'm not happy with the rates. I'm not happy with the rating system. I don't like how I really don't have much freedom in how I conduct my own personal business. I don't. And the future of Uber might have to be this. And this is where, in a utopian world, I guess, we can see what's going to happen. But here might be the solution. I think people are going to have to sign up for Uber, and they are going to have to be allowed to charge whatever they want, whether it be $2 or 50 cents a mile, knowing that Uber will take 25% from the ride. And some of us might have nicer cars, and we feel we can demand more money. Others, well, they might not have a super nice car, so they might charge less. Or heck, they might even have a nice car, but they'll charge less anyway. The app will need to be designed so that if there are particular riders people like, they can save those drivers as personal favorites, so that we, the customers who are doing this to make money as a business, can build up clientele and build a personal connection with our clients. And once we have done that, we can choose to raise the rates if we want. And you know what? If we don't like And you know, with the feedback, if they don't like the prices, they can choose to go with someone cheaper. We can still have rating protection for like costs. Because if I decide to charge $1.75 a mile and someone selects me based on the rate that I charge and the rating I have, guess what? They don't have any right to complain about the price. Especially when and you can still do upfront pricing to guess what the ride will cost. The only difference is if it comes in at less, you can't take the difference. You have to give it back to the rider, who is our customer. We should not be overcharging the rider. And that would make them happy to see that the ride came in at less and hey, they saved some money. We got the full amount that we were guaranteed. Uber got their fee. And if Uber says, well, some of you guys might charge too much money. Here's the thing. I bet you there's some people who will, like, for kicks and giggles, say, hey, I'm going to charge $5 a mile. We'll see how far that gets. Uber, if they are going to be the agent, this could be very successful. But they have to be the agent and they have to stop imposing. They have to stop imposing on their customers. The customers say, we just want you as a service to connect to riders. And we will use your service. And we will charge what we want to charge. And you know what? People can look through nearby drivers. In fact, when they say select a ride, they can see what they cost and say, I want this person. Hopefully that person will be available. And this would also mean that, hey, maybe you can take away surge. You can take away surge because people will be choosing who they want to call for a ride and at what price. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'd have to think about it more. And in all fairness, Sidecar tried something like this and it wasn't super simple. So that might be asking for too much. I don't know. But now that Uber has shown their hand and they have officially confirmed in writing that the drivers are the customers, not the riders. In fact, under the filing, the riders almost don't matter because they're not where the money's coming from. It's coming from us. Under that filing, they need to treat their customers just a little bit better, don't you think? But hey, I don't know. Maybe you disagree. If you do disagree, or heck, even if you do agree, comment below or make a YouTube response video. You know, that seems to be a popular thing with me recently. You know, you can do so. And like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy the videos I make, consider becoming a patron member for $1 a month. $5 to get you access to exclusive videos not seen anywhere else. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one. God, it feels good to have the beanie back.